Question about it.
And so it's Charlotte looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, how about their ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters, and you got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
A 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
He's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball.
For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Lead by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. They gathered some serious momentum in the second quarter, and as well as they played, it's a little bit of a surprise that their lead isn't more than 7 points here at the half. And, Shaq, what did you see out there from the Pacers?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench, you know. I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. As a matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
And, Kenny, what are your thoughts on Miami?
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back right after this. For our broadcast, for Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exciting first half indeed. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny, the Jet, Smith, and Shaq, the Eel O'Neal. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They got their lead up to as many as 8 points in the opening period. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of the lead they held at the end of the first, as they're now ahead by 2 points at the half. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
Well, there was a big spark from the bench in the first half. Sometimes you're hoping for your reserves to come in and just hold court, but they didn't do that. They actually got better.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice shots. Those are some much-needed points, and it keeps them right in the game. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. For now, for Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone. From Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The first quarter was all about Blake Griffin. He had 18 points, 2 steals, and 6 rebounds. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, I like their effort on the boards, because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you work at it.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets?
I was surprised at some of the recklessness. They were scattered, sloppy ball handling, just too many turnovers. It gets back to fundamentals. Forget the highlight reel pass. Make the effective one. Simple bounce pass. John Wooden taught us that in the 40s, 30s, 50s, whenever he was coaching. Just play under control. Simple ball, dude.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
Back to the action when we return. Seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, D'Angelo Russell.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. Zach LaVine was the man in the first. He had 13 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
I was surprised at some of the recklessness. They were scattered, sloppy ball handling, just too many turnovers. It gets back to fundamentals. Forget the highlight reel pass. Make the effective one. Simple bounce pass. John Wooden taught us that in the 40s, 30s, 50s, whenever he was coaching. Just play under control. Simple ball, dude.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
Tight ball game here. Knicks lead by 2. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. .103 left in the fourth quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Zach LaVine.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
And the whole 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you next time.
Shooters.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Rockets ahead, leading by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, the bench came in and helped them run away with this one. Tremendous job of getting loose, getting open, and drilling shots. You always want that spark off the bench, and these guys delivered.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
Well, you live by the 3 and you die by the 3. And today, Ernie, they're dying. And as cold as they've been behind the arc, they keep firing from deep. What are you doing? I know they got a lot of ground to make up, but they can't continue with this game plan. Not working.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And thanks to their outstanding defense, the impact Damian Lillard has had on this game has been minimal. We'll return shortly. To do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time. Made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Welcome, everybody, to the Halftime Show. I'm Ernie Johnson. The guy nodding over here is Kenny the Jet Smith. And the guy that's doing that is Shaquille O'Neal. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing by 5 points. They came alive in the second quarter, gained a lot of ground, and now we're looking at a tie game heading into the second half. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Grizzlies?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the three ball, way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
Kenny, let's get your opinion on New Orleans.
Well, I see a team that's playing smart, moving the ball around to the open man, just taking what the defense gives them. There's a nice flow, a nice energy, a nice synergy to the game.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
Grizzlies out in front, leading by just one. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. They trail by 9. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And you know what? They're not ready to give up yet. They'll try to intentionally foul if they can get a quick hoop.
For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone. They lead by 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play, everybody. Welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 13 points, 3 block shots, and 9 rebounds. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
And over to Kenny. How about what you saw from the Magic?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
And we'll get going after this from the BMO Harris Bradley Center.
Need to find ways to score the ball.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, it's been a rugged brand of defense he's played. I don't know why they keep taking the ball at him. It seems like every time they have, he's come up with the rejection. And with every block, he's only gotten more and more fired up.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The 2K Sports halftime show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. What a start for Jimmy Butler. He had 14 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Thunder.
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You aren't going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority. Now, these are correctable errors. They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip that script.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Lead as the quarter comes to a close. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. For our broadcast, for Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
And now, the 2K Sports halftime show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. Some incredible work in this one by Nikola Jokic. He ended up with 15 points and 4 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
They're just pulling down rebounds at will. Their aggressiveness has been dynamite, flying in from all angles. With rebounding, you assume that everything is amiss, and obviously they've taken that to heart.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
As the quarter comes to a close. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. For joining us, that'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
Klay Thompson brought his A game early tonight. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
Look, they got so many weapons, but tonight it's been Klay Thompson's turn to take over. One of the premier long-range shooters in the game. His defense is what elevates him to all-star status.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Clippers.
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Rhythm before releasing the shot.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We come back right after this. It up for Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.